schizophrenia, coping strategies, and mental health support. I want to take in consideration because schizophrenia is one of the most misunderstood mental health conditions, often portrayed through fear and misinformation. But behind the labels are real people living with full and meaningful lives. Schizophrenia doesn't define who someone is, but is one part of a complex human history, right? So I want to be able to explore schizophrenia, what it truly is, like I said, and the challenges that come with it, and most importantly, those coping tools and support systems that make recovery and stability more possible, right? So stick with me, grow with me, and we're going to be able to learn throughout this video. Let's talk about segment one. What is schizophrenia? Breaking down those misconceptions, right? So key point off rip is we got to talk about that definition, right? So schizophrenia is a chronic but treatable brain-based condition that affects how a person thinks, feels, and perceives reality, right? So these intrusive thoughts that are coming in, interfering with the way that they're living, and their daily living is. So, right, so this is something that, like I said, it impacts that brain of that individual. Moving forward, we're going to be talking about some common symptoms, right? So we have positive symptoms, right? So those, hallucinations, seeing, hearing things, others usually don't, delusional, in a sense where, we're seeing those false beliefs. We have negative symptoms, all right? So we have withdrawal, reduced motivation, or flat affect. We have cognitive symptoms, right? So difficulty concentrating, organizing thoughts, or even remembering information, right? And then we also want to take in consideration that there is not split personality. So schizophrenia is not the same as dissociative identity disorder, right? So it's a disorder of perception, not multiple identities, right? So we got to take in consideration that every disorder has its criteria, and we got to really be able to regulate that when we're given with information on a specific, criteria. This is what's going to be for that, right? So schizophrenia is not the same as dissociative identity disorder, right? So it has their differences.